On September 15, 2022, the Trinity County Sheriff's Office in Texas received a request for a welfare check for 56-year-old resident Clayton Waters. When Clayton failed to show up for work on September 14th and 15th, his supervisor grew concerned as it was not like Clayton to miss work or not call. His supervisor tried several times calling Clayton repeatedly but was unable to reach him, with every call going straight to voicemail, and this is what prompted him to request a welfare check. Upon investigating Clayton's disappearance, they soon discovered his wife, 60-year-old Karen Sue Waters, was also missing, and no one had heard from the couple since September 8th. When officers spoke with the couple's neighbors, they were told that Clayton and Karen were, quote, on a vacation and will be back in a few days, end quote. So they declared the welfare check as unfounded. On September 16th, Clayton's supervisor requested yet another welfare check, as he was still unable to reach Clayton. This time, officers spoke with Karen's daughter-in-law, 35-year-old Adeline Esmeralda Aparicio Rodriguez, and she too told officers the same thing as neighbors. Adeline also told officers that Karen had asked her to watch her 4 dogs, including her service dog, and told her that she and Clayton were going out of town, but did not say when they would be back. Officers told Adeline to have Karen contact the sheriff's office and confirm that she and Clayton were okay. But this would never happen. On September 20th, a missing persons alert was issued for the couple, as by this time the two had been missing for a week. On September 29th, Sheriff Woody Wallace issued an update stating that the couple had been missing for nearly 2 weeks and that the investigation led them to believe their absence was not voluntarily. Officers then spoke with both sides of the Waters families about the couple's sudden disappearance, only to discover that neither of them would just suddenly go on a vacation together, and that Clayton wouldn't take a vacation from work without contacting his boss. Officers also found the couple's 2 trucks were still in their driveway, and Clayton was last seen leaving for work on his motorcycle on September 13th, but the same motorcycle was found in a shed nearby on the property. Officers then contacted 34-year-old Jacob Patrick Crones, Karen's son, who came over to the residence and gave them access to the couple's separate trailers. It was clear to the officers that the Waters had been living apart for some time, but they also noted that neither trailer showed any signs of struggle or that the couple left to travel because their medications and toiletries were still left behind. Officers questioned the neighbors only to learn that Adeline had been the one to tell them that Karen and Clayton were on a vacation, and not actually Karen or Clayton themselves. Authorities then obtained a warrant to track Clayton and Karen's phones, and their phone pings showed that Clayton's phone had not been powered on for 48 hours, from sometime on September 14th to September 16th, and that Karen's phone was turned off around 12:33 p.m. on September 16th. They also found that on September 14th, both Clayton and Karen's phones pinged off cell towers at the same time, going from Trinity County to Humboldt County, but Clayton's phone was either powered off or had died at 11:47 p.m., while Karen's phone remained active. When asked by officers, Jacob denied having Karen's phone with him at those times. Investigators extracted data from the couple's phones and discovered many deleted messages between the two discussing the crime. Later in an interview, Sheriff Woody Wallace of Trinity County would say, quote, "Within the first day, we knew something was up. Foul play, but we just had nothing to corroborate that," end quote. He also said, quote, "Clayton is not going to go on a vacation without notifying work. He just didn't show up for work, and that was totally unusual. He wouldn't have just went on vacation with his wife anywhere because the two were somewhat estranged," end quote. On Saturday, October 1st, 2022, the charred remains of Clayton and Karen Waters were discovered in 3 different counties, nearly 3 weeks after the couple had been reported missing. Authorities quickly arrested the couple and charged both Jacob Patrick Crones and his wife, Adeline Esmeralda Aparicio Rodriguez, and they were booked into the Trinity County Jail. They were both charged with murder, which came with a $1.5 million bond, and a second charge of tampering with physical evidence that came with a $50,000 bond. When questioned, they both confessed that Karen Waters was called to Jacob's home and was lured there. Once there, she was tied up, gagged, and put into a room for nearly 8 hours. Clayton Waters later showed up to the house, where an argument ensued which resulted in a gun being pulled and Clayton being shot and killed. Jacob and Adeline then cremated the couple's bodies in a fire pit in the backyard, where investigators would later find more of the couple's remains. During their interviews, they both claimed that Clayton hired them to kill Karen, but investigators found no evidence to support this claim. At this time, the Trinity County Sheriff's Office is still unsure how Karen was killed. They believe that she was either strangled or suffocated, as they cannot tell due to the severity of how damaged those remains are. Police have yet to reveal Jacob and Adeline's motive for the murders. Jacob Crones and Adeline Aparicio Rodriguez remained in custody at the Trinity County Jail at the making of this video.